first of all, if that we say allegedly 20 weeks, if that wasn't 20 weeks, then it wouldn't have got erased. You know what I mean? The fact that it got erased probably proves further that it probably was 20 weeks who did indeed post that tweet trying to defend the stoppage. I'll say this. I'll start first and foremost. Anything 20 weeks says to defend this looks worse right now because, and this for me mainly because he screwed over Ismael Barroso not that long ago, and Ismael Barroso came back roaring with a first-round knockout over O'Hara Davies as a plus 1800 underdog on the undercard of the show. So it already goes to show you that he was trying. I think he was trying to defend that stoppage as well back then. So anything he's doing now, you're kind of going to go back and say, yeah, but you were also trying to defend that stoppage, and look at that. Obviously, you almost ruined that guy's career. Well, so it's hard to take any defense of this stoppage seriously. Also, I'm going to go out on a limb here. All right, I'm going to go out on a limb here because this is not the first time Weeks has this, and I find Weeks to be a likable guy. I find some referees that aren't the greatest referees to actually be likable guys. I don't always think it's a matter of corruption. It could be ineptitude. It could be maybe a deeper problem, and I'm thinking this might be a deeper problem. All right, because we've got weird stoppages in 20 Weeks' career. I go back to
said, champ, like in hindsight, it looks even worse, that stoppage of Barroso. And now we got this one. Forget it, man. I mean, there's nothing for him to say, and that's why that post got taken down, if that is a post that did come from him. But either way, this is why judges and refs never answer.
What I'm saying is we've got a major issue going on here, and everyone knew this fighter was hurt, and yet still the promoters, the commission, his own people,
Except
Like, listen, if that's the truth, though, then he's being used as a scapegoat. So, I don't know. Look at Tim. What is Tim saying? What is he saying in his head? Like, why does he have this devious look?
all of us, except all of us, have fought in Las Vegas and know how strict that commission is. Okay,
Yeah.
except for the fact that all of us have fought in Las Vegas and know the extent of the medical
Tony
test.
Weeks knows that too. Which why, if he did this post, Tim, I don't get it.
He would be making Lawson the victim and trying to, like you said, trying to be the hero in the situation. That's not his job. That's not, again, unbiased. That is what a ref's job is supposed to be. He's supposed to look out for everybody the same. It's supposed to be an even playing field. Saturday night was not an even playing field.
Tim?
What did y'all see on that entire card? What did we see on that entire card? What did y'all see on that entire card? What did we see on that entire card?
Barroso.
No. All knockouts. All the matches. All the A-side fighters won, right? All knockouts. That's what we saw. So we saw a lot of fights that were pretty much undermatched.
Are you saying?
This fight?
Are you
Hold
saying?
up.
Are you saying
Hold up.
we might have had the unders all across the board?
No, but what I'm trying to say is
Yeah,
that
I've already had a hot date that night and had to get to.
no. What I'm trying to tell you guys is that
Shut up.
the matchmakers, if this is true, allegedly, what he said, the matchmakers know they the ones that makes the fights. What about his corner? What about his corner? His corner knew if this was true. You know, this is 2024. What did Cat Williams said? The truth will come out. Guess what? The truth came out. The truth came out right here. You know, and he reneged on it because you know what's going to happen to him.
Tim, you
If
think
he
that
doesn't,
I'm with Tim. Like, why are they trying to like protect the commission from this? First of all, I don't know how that works. Like, are refs chosen by commission or by the promoter on a lower stage type? You know, this is like even like a UFC fight night. Essentially, like, this is not a big pay-per-view card. No, this is Virgil Ortiz. You know,
Save the fighter.
Tim's playing devil's advocate. I like it. Keep going, Tim.
no,
Keep
but
going.
at the same time, this is what happens though.
mm-hmm.
So now you have the whole entity involved. Now you want to save the show. You don't want the show to be canceled. So now what happens is that now you got a hurt fighter that's in there. Tony Weeks know. The trainers know. The trainers want to get paid. They work with this guy the whole entire time. The trainers want to get paid. Everybody involved want to get paid. This show needs to continue. And so Tony Weeks knows this. He understands that. He has this assignment. And what does Tony Weeks do? He says, okay, the minute I see this guy get hurt, I'm going to step in and stop this match because this guy is not supposed to be in the ring. Period. He's not supposed to be in the ring. Because 2-1. 2 exams says that he's positive, that he had an aneurysm. You had one that said that he wasn't. Understand that. Just so he can get cleared. So the doctor that cleared him, guess what? He got paid off. Hey, make this
He's
disappear
suspect
for a
as
second.
shit.
That's why you see everybody else, you see Gomez and everybody just basically trying to just save themselves right now. Tony Weeks, if he posted that, he posted it for a reason. He took it down because guess what? Now he's going to get railroaded. Now he's going to get benched. You got to understand that he has a job to do, and he wants to continue to be a referee. You know, and I know in the past he hasn't done great jobs. I get that. He hasn't done great jobs in the past. But I'm just saying, in this instant right here, He put
Well,
it
he
out
did.
there because, to me, I believe him. I truly believe him.
Damn,
But
you,
Tony Weeks didn't do a good job in favor of the promoter of the A side. You know, I don't think like refs are just completely bad. I don't think that's how that works. Like, there's a reason we know these niggas' name anyway. You know, they get paid, they get hired over and over. We get familiar with them because usually they're not for the fight. Like the opponent pulls out and they have to get a guy from the crowd essentially, who is a active heavyweight at the time, but he's there trying to enjoy the fights, right? And they pulled this guy in, and this guy is actually giving Tommy Morrison a good run for his money, having fun in there. You know what I mean? And the referee is like blatantly pulling on the arm of the guy, like in the clinch when they're not even really in a clinch. You know what I mean? Like Morrison's still punching. He's allowing Morrison to still punch while he's breaking. And sometimes he's like almost holding the arm of the guy, you know, trying to allow fucking Morrison to get a cheap shot in. Not even a cheap shot, just like he's holding the motherfucker. Well, it was pathetic. What you just say? Let me hear that again. I didn't get that.
can happen, bro. I'm telling Sports believe in you. If he didn't have Barosha, if Barosha Rolly hadn't happened, bro.
So essentially, he's saying he believes Tim's point that that Weeks was trying to protect the health of Lawson by stopping the fight. But essentially, his excuse was protecting the health of Barroso, right? But Barroso just got a one-round knockout, so he's not a shot fighter, which he didn't look like it in the fight against Rowley. He was dominating. He was dominating that fight and then got caught. That's what happened. We just didn't see him get put out. You know what I mean? It was essentially the first opportunity for the A side to get a legitimate stoppage with A side refereeing. You know what I mean? So that's what happened there. And obviously he's gonna. Who's the ref? Sana Ekbeko. like, why are we putting so much onus on the referee? Because he does that Mother Teresa thing when he stops a fight. Come here, baby boy. Come into my bosom. No, don't walk. Don't walk. You have no legs. You have no legs. Wait. Hold on. You are right. You are warrior. You are warrior. You know that type of shit? Kissing the forehead and shit. Wiping the sweat. And, bring me a stool. Stool pigeon. Who's the stool pigeon supporter here? 20 weeks was a stool pigeon in a sense because he tweeted, right? X'd. Yeah, I don't know. What's the point here? He could have still done the job, he says, while being corrupt. Like, why are we like, huh? Because you go on conventions and like you mingle with these motherfuckers. You know, referees hang out in boxing gyms and shit, having a laugh. How about the about boxing trainers having a laugh with referees about how they take pay cuts, or what pay cuts? What am I saying? Take bribes under the table and shit. Under the table is a bribe. Oh god, that's when your voice box tries to get German words out.
That's stuff that Chris can probably go into a bit deeper.